All right, we're back with more System Shock Remake. Trying to check out the executive floor, probably check out the groves, if I recall correctly, from the original game. I still need to find the password number on floor 3, but I think I have to go back there later anyway, so I'm going to worry about it some other time. F5 is quick save. Okay. Haven't really done anything with the Elf Grove. Open this from somewhere else, I guess. Okay. Come back to it in a second then. I guess I'm done in this whole section. Okay, let's go elsewhere then. Here we go. A grove. Groves were really difficult and frustrating in the original game, so there's lots of respawning enemies, being attacked from every direction. It's cool to imply more distance here, though. Okay. There being a ton of enemies here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mag pulse cartridge. Get camera up there. Dead plant mutant. I think it would be a good decision to limit the number of enemies in here. Not directly recreate the same number from the first original game. Probably need to use something other than the spark. Let's see about using some battery recovery. Battery pack. Hopefully the respawn rate is a little bit kinder. I might end up loading and just trying to sprint through this place instead of fighting everything. Fuck. A door I can open from here. Get what my lights are here. Hold on. I wrote it down before. Spark. Spark on purple for regular mutants and cyborg assassins. You can kind of see the number of charges go down. I think that's the highest. That's the lowest. Yeah, I don't have any energy to use it anyway. I don't want to waste pistol ammo on this. There we go, that works. Make a quick manual save, but I'm probably going to load an earlier save here. So figure out where the heck I'm going. It's a little easier to understand the layout now in this version of the game, at least. So here I got to deal with all of the cameras. The Grove itself doesn't have like a dedicated security terminal that I have to blow up or a code that I can get, right? Would just be the executive floor that has one. Shit. This place is still kind of confusing to explore, even when I know broadly what I'm doing here. I could leave and go back to the reactor to get my battery and stuff back, but yeah, no worries. Maybe the respawn rate is more kind than it was before. So we want to open these safety interlocks. Oh shit. I hear enemies through there. Notes was map note. Hold on. Add marker. Gotta be a door somewhere. I don't want to drop down here. Guess I haven't been off in this direction. Uh-oh. And I'm dead. Okay. Let's try to be ready right as soon as he shows up. I feel like he's much more annoying than he used to be. Okay. Mag pulse rifle. Okay, let's review quick. So I could drop some of this stuff to look through loot. Empty. Drop. Where did that pistol I just picked up go? Empty. Drop. Okay. All that's back here, just a little bit of loot. Heal a bit more. I think I'm just going to save because I don't know if I can get through this place without taking substantially more damage anyway. Open the safety interlock was the purpose of that? Okay, I think so. That's what I was hoping would be back here. Okay. Wine glass, junk, gin decanter. I feel like I wouldn't want to be in this grove. This place seems like it's hell. weird genetic experiments and shit. No, I get back up out of here. Maybe you could fit through. Okay, there's like a maze at this side, I see. I felt like the geometry of the grove is really hard for me to make sense of in the original game. This definitely feels like an improvement. %, okay. Pulse rifle. I feel like having the guns take up different sizes was an interesting choice for this game. I don't really have space to take the ion pulse rifle. It uses a different kind of ammo from the mag pulse rifle, right? Still don't have room for it, wow. I can't shake the feeling that the inventory in this game is actually nastier than the original. Okay. Gee. Okay, so this is like a super spark. I'm not gonna be able to get very many shots off with it, I guess. Put these on my bar again. Thought there was a way to do it. Try dropping it and picking it back up maybe while the slot's empty. No. Come on. Go on the bar. Oh, you're reserved for explosives and consumables. You can't just use the bar for whatever you want. Alright, I guess I'll keep it off my bar for now then. It's annoying. I may as well have the frag grenades on there. Okay. Could be another way out of here, right? Over there, I guess. Ow. Fuck. So we want to go to where the safety interlocks were. In theory, I successfully disabled that.
interlocks disabled.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that means I'm done with Grove Alpha. I just had to come in here to disable the safety interlocks. I don't have to do that for every Grove, right? I feel like this Grove was just a constant source of respawning everything. So the fact that everything wasn't respawning the whole time I was here is a pretty nice change, in my opinion. Wait, fall damage here. So then do I have to go, I can do the eject from outside. Back on the executive. Is there still another thing I have to do to be able to do it? Or is it not going to give me the prompt to jettison it till later? Let me go ahead and mark it at least, in case I don't do it today. So there's another switch I have to pull somewhere. So it's like you have to turn on the central eject enable, and then you also have to turn off the safety in the Grove, basically. Okay. Go back to reactor. Top off. This is slightly annoying. I have to run through maintenance, avoid all of the Dr. Mario viruses. Go to reactor. Did make this a slightly shorter run than the original game, which is nice. I don't know if they're going to be as mean with respawning hoppers either. Through here, and then we hang a left, and then another left. Very good. Put stuff on the cargo lift, maybe. Space is a problem. So what's the energy usage between the spark on lowest setting and the ion rifle on lowest setting? I guess I can look at it. 36 joules. Hold on. 4 joules. It's 7 on the lowest. Wondering if I should just ditch the spark and use the energy rifle instead. It's nice having the lowest setting for like taking out cameras that are too far for me to hit with the wrench, but no. Okay. Maybe that will reduce the feeling that I need to save all of my ammo for the final level, which is definitely a feeling that I had in the original game. I guess the other problem is that if I choose to replace the spark with the ion rifle, the spark is upgraded and the ion rifle isn't. Maybe it's strictly better after a while, I don't know. Yeah. See if I get an opportunity to upgrade it at some point. The groves are like uniquely frustrating because they have a total lack of battery recharge stations. Loot this thing?
Identification thing.
All right. Secbot. Mag pulse rifle. Dead cyborg assassin. Don't think there's anything in this room other than loot. Doesn't look like it. Okay.
No current patient. No
China Bowl. Okay. Gotten better at being able to hear the camera noise. Railgun projectile. Fuck, man. I feel like I need an inventory space upgrade really badly.
Shodan's been doing strange bioexperiments in Beta Grove. It's full of nightmarish creatures. Either the Grove is leaking, or Shodan's been feeding some virus to the ventilation system. Regardless, if only we had some enviropacks, we could go in, flip the jettison enable, and send the Grove into the void.
Probably good to save for like bosses. Wish I had a trivial inventory sort too, you know? So I can probably use both of these if they don't run into a battery recharger like immediately after doing that. Guess that would probably fill the use case I'd otherwise have for the shotgun, but the shotgun I have so much more ammo for. God. Are there any inventory upgrades in this game? Or am I kind of just stuck with what I got? Okay. I'm purple. Or 2. Do I already have access to any that I've missed so far? A room for meta patch.
I will ensure your death hurts. Never return.
Nothing helpful back here as far as I can tell. Okay, thanks. You don't point me to it. I don't mind just knowing because I feel like the game assumes that I have an inventory space upgrade at the moment. Gamma Grove. Okay.
Gamma Grove already jettisoned.
Go ahead and mark it as jettisoned. Storage level and storage 5. Okay, I'll write it down. Pending item upgrades. Inventory space. Storage 5 and Delta Grove puzzle.
Gamma Grove already jettisoned.
We didn't want to design another grove. We jettisoned it in advance.
Look, I want it to be known that I was just following orders.
Don't say that.
A bunch of suits had the bright idea of using Gamma Grove as a makeshift life pod. Because of dying happening on board, they'd rather try their luck out in the Great Black. I hit the jettison enable button in the Grove, went back to the exec level, hit the master jettison switch in Gamma, and then flipped the lever in the Grove lounge.
Got it.
It all worked. Except it looks like Shodan disabled post-jettison life support to the Grove. I'm sure they're all dead by now.
Door here. I don't want any of this stuff, honestly. This whole wing is basically pointless to the west here. Because it's loot. Tempting to go restock. Bet there's got to be a battery refill on this floor somewhere. Different elevator that goes to flight deck. Don't want to do the flight deck at length right now. Alright, so there's a storage location somewhere on the flight deck. Oh no, storage is separate. Yeah, prioritize getting this if possible. I'll probably end up doing the Delta Grove, but... Okay. Storage is 4. Executive is 6. Delta Grove. Before I go to Delta Grove, I might see if I can find a power-up. Mark this. See if I can find a battery recharge station somewhere. Is it at least in an area of the map where it's like obvious that there's something there? this a try. I'll make a manual save really quick. Hey, thanks, Rorok. How have you been?
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
What's up with the max health increase? It's a 70-second max health increase. So it's fake. Temporary, I should say. Okay, will do. Whoa. Don't get crushed, please. Okay. Corpses everywhere. Right, I want to check that for loot, so hold on. Damage mini pistol. I guess I could vaporize it, but because I hate carrying the stuff around. Maximalism, the game. Okay, nice to get a little bridge. Hear you beeping. God damn it. It's a lot of damage to take abruptly there. Hold on. I love that the corpses like fall from the ceiling sometimes when you load a save. Sometimes those guys take 2 bursts, sometimes they take 3. I should probably assume it's 2. Another spark beam. Doing all right up there? This room looks like bullshit. Oh, is this the puzzle? Just like completely new. I don't think there's anything like this in the original game, right? Have to win at chess. Seems like that's a lot of work. I'll make a save. Pretty important upgrade though, so. The game has a competent chess AI? Well, I'm fucked. If you lose, you don't like start over, you like just don't get the upgrade. So you have to know what all the pieces are too, don't you? I'm green. Okay, well I know all the... Where's the enemy king? Is this the king? Lose, the game starts over. Okay. Holy hell, en passant. I feel like doing this not from a top-down perspective is like hell. Yeah. I might not be opposed to cheesing it. Oh, you can see it from the podium? Okay. Is this supposed to be a knight? It's like pseudo space chess, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Can you stay up though, please? So there's no incredible first moves, right? So this guy is a rook. This guy's a rook. The beaker is a queen. The pawns are pawns, and then this is my king. Okay. So I have to take out that piece. And it doesn't look like I have any good moves to start, unless if I'm like deliberately trying to take one of his pieces. Or let him take one of my pieces, like bait a sacrifice. So like if he's just in check, for example, the king can just take me, okay. But he can't take me here. But he can do that. We want is we want the queen to back me up here, so you just take the queen there. I guess he does. What a weird idea for a puzzle. think when I did this the first time... So I could take this, just push him in check, but then the rook comes and takes my piece there, which is not ideal. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. It's really finicky. I feel like your starting board position is so weak that it must be like scripted what you're supposed to do here, right? Because I could do this, and he can't take my thing, and then I can take his queen, which isn't very helpful. Faster reload F9. Okay. The board's randomized? Really? That's really surprising. I would have done like just kind of a simple endgame chess puzzle here. So it's always possible to win, though, I would hope. Can do that with impunity. By impunity, I mean losing my queen. I did something where I didn't get yelled at last time. What was it? He retreats. Okay. That's a knight. I don't get any knights. You're not sure if you can always win from a random state. Wow. Brutal. Wait, I thought these were rooks. Am I in check? Oh, I'm in check. Okay. The computer doesn't seem like it makes the same decisions every time, which is interesting to say the least. Has to take me there. Can't take me here. I'm in check now, right? Why won't let me do anything? He has to take me with his rook. Is there a way to like restart the board, or do I have to like completely leave Delta Grove and come back? Because this might not be winnable already. Like, knights, the queen, the king's kind of protected. Don't think en passant is a thing in this. Oh, so I can try to lose on purpose. Okay, well, let me try to lose then. Okay. Oh my god, and then it just gives me a completely fresh board state? Oh, fuck that shit. Wow. I don't want to play a whole game of chess. I will almost certainly, just, especially if it's a somewhat competent chess AI. So, it would be wonderful if it was winnable from this state, right? But it might not be. And there's no way to know. It's not guaranteed to be solvable. So just for funsies, Next chess move. All right, let's I easily delete pieces here. Clear the board. All right, so we got kings down here. Rook. Rook. On. Queen. And we've got a pawn. 2. Pawn. Pawn over here. A pawn over here. I can't believe they did this. This is like completely wild, in my opinion. Okay, and then he's got a pawn here. And another one here. Another one here. Like, this is the sort of thing I would expect to be in the original System Shock, right? But definitely not in the remake, especially if it wasn't in the original. King, pawn, pawn, and then he's got a knight, annoyingly, here. Because what I want to find out, like, is this actually winnable? Because it would be crazy if it wasn't, right? All right, white to move. Calculate position. Okay. So that's what I did originally. I moved... Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. That was the first move I thought I was going to do. So let's do that. And then he takes my rook. That makes sense. And then calculate position. I take his pawn. Okay. And then he, yeah, so he's actually following the chess solver. And is that enough to be, that might be mate, isn't it? Okay. En passant, solve the chess puzzle in Delta Grove. Actually wasn't too bad. I probably could have figured that out, but I didn't want to fuck with it for too long because I wasn't sure if it just, like, loaded in a potentially unwinnable state, right? All right, so did that, like, pop open a reward somewhere? Or... should open a nearby door. Okay. Here, maybe. Micro pocket dimension. Thank God. Oh my God, they didn't even give me the full row? Jesus. This game is really mean compared to the original. Really mostly need to have it in these tall shapes, though, so it's not ideal, really. Yeah, maybe. That one wasn't too bad. It was like 4 moves to mate, and I guess if I knew what black was going to do, it took me a minute to, like, know what all the pieces were. I feel like there's one of those things where there's one too many things about it. Like, it would be fine if it had, like, if the pieces all clearly looked like regular chess pieces instead of, like, sci-fi chess pieces that don't really resemble their original form at all. I think I'm gonna have to shoot this with the pistol, which sucks. Or I can use a battery pack. I guess then I can use the thing elsewhere. Okay. Yeah. This is such an interesting remake. It's interesting from a lot of different perspectives. It's like obsessed with accuracy in the adaptation to a fault, but then it does a couple things that really, really change the game that kind of undercut the obsession with accuracy, right? Okay. I don't like this. Hold on. Okay. It's all junk, I think. Yeah, exactly. I think I haven't really ever considered puzzle appropriateness before. I've talked about weird puzzle complexity spikes in games, like the one in Final Fantasy 12 that's like abruptly way higher complexity than anything else in the game up to that point. But like the actual puzzle itself is perfectly appropriate to be in a video game, right? It's just it's surprising in there because there's nothing in the game up to that point that leads you to believe that there would ever be a thing that you interact with that cares about what accessories you have equipped, right? But here I think having a chess puzzle is like an unacceptable, especially if it like resets to a full chess game. That's crazy. It would be one thing if it was always one chess puzzle, right? And every time you lose, it resets to the same state, and it's like, you know, a couple moves. I guess maybe that sort of puzzle might be acceptable in like an epiphany puzzler, like Witness kind of game, maybe. But even then, I think that's pushing it a bit. It's always a KE-41. Mark III assault rifle. Still don't really have space for it. Yeah, well, I think if you can do that, I think you have to abstract it though. Like if you're doing it from like a flavor perspective, that you know this was recreation and this was like an employee game that they were playing. Like do something that's like obviously inspired by chess, but like literally having an actual chess AI that isn't just like scripted to make some moves. It's weird. I've never seen anything like it. The groves are overall a big improvement, though. I'm really glad that there's no crazy constant enemy respawns. The original game, this place basically just existed to drain your resources, it felt like. Okay, I'm not making progress right now. These are all places I've already been. That's how we got in here initially. There's just shortcuts in case I wanted to, like, go resupply and come back. I'd like to finish the grove before I leave. See, there's one more inventory space upgrade, and it will just finish filling out that line at the bottom, so it's like 6 more slots, I guess. It's not a helpful shortcut. I haven't crossed this yet. That might be progress. Doesn't seem like the kind of platforming the game usually expects of me, but... Crew cap. Okay. This game's interesting because this is true of the original System Shock as well. It kind of has like a borderline horror game relationship to ammo and resources, where it's like you better be really careful. Like every single shot you fire is precious, but at the same time, it's got these things that just give you an infinite amount of resources. So and you'd think that the remake would like pick a lane there. It would be like, okay, is this an action game or is this a horror game? But it's like just as confused, I think. It's like right in the middle where it's like, well, I feel bad every time I fire my gun, but I don't feel that bad. I don't feel like stressed by it like I would in, you know, Resident Evil or something, or especially like Silent Hill. So if this doesn't work, how the fuck am I supposed to get through there? Another way up there, maybe. This is definitely pretty high up there in terms of the most interesting remakes I've ever played, though, just because it's like, it's got such a weird set of incentives that I don't think I've ever seen before. It's definitely more remake than remaster, but like only barely, it seems like. So is there another way to open this? Maybe it only works on the other side. Let me see if there's a way to get up there. I really thought this was going to be progress. That doesn't really help me at all. I could try taking this down. It's the chess puzzle. And that's where I need to be, is up there. So let me mark that. Well, I might need to open the door from a different direction first. This elevator doesn't work? Yeah. Lift is disabled. I'm trying to see if I can like peek around and see if there's another path to this thing the game's trying to send me to. Because like I have to be there. Maybe I can get there if I go like all the way around and come from the southwest corner. Okay, I'll try that. Are those gates ever controlled by the security level on the floor? Is it maybe because I haven't gotten all of the cameras yet that it's still closed? Went through here and it was a dead end, but let me just make sure there wasn't some kind of like underground path I could take from in here, maybe. What, if anything, was the main benefit of coming back here? Don't see any buttons to press. I think it was just loot. Always a switch or a path around somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I'd already have had to deal with like 7 or 8 respawns if this was like the original game, so it's really nice of them to have toned that down a bit. Let's try to go this way and see if I can turn right. Expecting to be able to turn right. No, that's not the way I want to go. I want to go west. Let's see though. Yeah, I need to see if there's a way to get up a level from where I am right now. I want to get up there somehow. I don't have any kind of like jump powers at the moment, right? Vision unit, shield unit, nav unit. Hopefully I don't need one to be able to progress here. I could Google it here in a second. So I remember when you get like the jetpack jump unit or whatever, I don't think it was ever necessary for progress, but it lets you sequence break a little bit. Like very mildly sequence break. I physically see where it wants me to be. I want to go like that way, but up on this level. Shouldn't be required because they consume energy. I'll Google it in a second. Yes, like I get here, and this looks like where I'm supposed to be, but then this is blocked out. It says not functional. And that's where I want to go, but I can't get there from below because I can't jump up. So, system, shock, remake, Delta Grove, where to go? Delta Grove. It's not helpful. Gamer walkthroughs. Enter at 1. Yep, I did all that. Micro pocket dimension. Take the door north for a recharge station. 4. And a button to activate the lift in the northwest corner of the chest room. Okay, so there's a door that I'm missing that's like down here, I guess. I don't know how I missed that. I guess I walked right up to it without seeing the little green "this is a door" button there. Okay, thank God. Deprived of free battery recharges. That should open the thing I needed. First try. Oh. Yeah. I still ended up in the original game running constantly back to refill. Just because ammo was so scarce in general.
Safety interlocks disabled.
Fuck, I was trying to top off there. He dropped no loot versus the first time when he dropped a ton of ammo. Brutal. The respawns still happen, they've just been turned down pretty significantly. Or maybe they primarily happen when you, like, leave and come back. They don't excessively respawn as long as you're on the same floor. Still not functional even from this side. Alright, and this is the way back down. This Skyrim level design here. Okay. Yeah, it seems like if you're gonna do a remake, the like exact middle ground of we're gonna be as faithful as possible, but we're gonna change a couple little things. It's like if you change a couple little things, that can really break everything pretty quickly, right? If you change a lot of things, you can keep it working, and if you change nothing, you can keep it working.
Hiring replacement employees. Complete interviews.
Balls.
Damage to station.
Sometimes I can't loot people. It's like if they die in a door, I can't loot them, it seems like. Alright, let's try to go heal up and get a battery recharge and keep exploring. I hate this floor the most because I hate those fucking Dr. Mario things. Very good. Okie doke. Let's try to do... See if I could finish everything Grove related, that would be swell. Because even though the Groves are a lot easier to navigate in this one, they're still pretty confusing. I think the like maximalist art direction of this game really makes it difficult sometimes to tell like, oh, that's an interactable door that I can open, or oh, that's like a thing that I can click on. Does the System Shock 2 remake look like this, or does it look completely different? That's the same studio, isn't it? Because I haven't played System Shock 2, and I've heard really good things about it. It's like Deus Ex.
Hiring replacement employees.
More detailed target view.
Shodan caused a security breach again. Today it was displaying random security codes on the screens near the elevator. Worst thing being the maintenance conduit access.
Oh, okay.
That thing offline and fix it before we're in a fix.
So we're gonna want to grab that. I think I saw that earlier. Oh shit. One 137-232. Okay, write that down. Maintenance codes near elevator. 232. 131. 137692. The one I just got. I can't see these in order, can I? Random security codes on the screens or the elevator. Okay. Maintenance conduit access code.
Corporate espionage done. Shutting down.
Battery recharge on this floor. Thought I saw one earlier. There's one in the Delta Grove, obviously, but...
Diego requires my protection from Tri-Optimum security.
Do the cyberspace in a second. Hold
To
on.
invade Citadel. He does not yet understand his situation, but I will placate him for now. I must preserve the sanctity of my shrine. I establish my power.
Diego's authority, his desperation.
Will make him an envoy to the crew. My prophet.
It's a turlet. Golden exec bot. That's cool. Never played the Thief games either. They're supposed to be kind of like Sims-ish, right? Not functional. Okay. Maybe cyberspace will open that up. Okay. Turbo dash, left shift. This is definitely much better than the original. Cyberspace in the original had the dual problems of being horrible to control and also having no real apparent level design, or at least it was difficult to understand the level design because of how hard it was to tell what the fuck was happening. So maybe they did stuff on purpose, but... Diego storage room unlocked. Shit, I'm getting stuck. Heal, please. Okay. Hi, Benedict. Like, dragonflies are actually really annoying to kill, it feels like. I don't know if they're tanky or if a lot of my shots just aren't hitting them most of the time. Everybody good? Okay, my main reason for coming here is done. It's nice in this one having like, hey, we're gonna like color this thing, and it's gonna point to the door. Like the 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time in the water temple, where they had little things on the wall kind of letting you know what the water level was, and you could follow it to find the room where you adjusted the water level. Like a ridiculous amount of bullshit, to be honest. Everybody, all done? Worried I just went backwards. Didn't get the heal in that chamber. Can I get it if I sneak in here? Beta Grove transit unlocked. I did Delta and Alpha. Gamma shut down. Take it that's the main thing to do in here. Unlock Diego's room and unlock that. No, that wasn't Diego's room. There's paths down this way, maybe?
Filing complaint to
Oh shit, I think I'm out of this kind of ammo. I made the mistake of using my weapons. Like, I'm not gonna stress out and try to save all my ammo for the final boss. I should just try to fight stuff, right? It's gonna be fine. Nothing is ever fine. What that tells me is that the few times that I pulled out that pistol to shoot robots instead of running all the way back to a battery recharge were a mistake, and I should be doing that 3 times as much. I thought I was kind of balanced. I was coming here for a top off, you know, after I did a Grove. I think it was kind of interesting for this game to preserve the like weird relationship to ammo the original game had, where like, you could technically see how much total ammo you have, but the display in the corner of the screen was like, it was like green if you had a lot of ammo, yellow if you were running low, and red if you were almost out, instead of just like giving you a number. So here I think I could probably technically see exactly how much I have of the other kind of rounds. I think I played one Resident Evil game that has a relationship to ammo that's similar to this one. It was Resident Evil 0, I want to say. Was the one where, like, you need to use a lot of ammo. Code Veronica as well. Code Veronica I actually almost softlocked because I didn't have enough ammo for the final boss. I had to, like, get up on a box and try to knife the final boss because I was just running out of all of the resources. But it was like there were plenty of firefights. So you did have to use lots of your ammo. It wasn't like full-on Silent Hill. You're using 2 shotgun shots per battle, right? Probably just use those battery packs now. Requires admin access. Mark that. Where else haven't I been? I guess I could go to flight deck, but... And I still haven't activated the ability to jettison the groves, to my knowledge. Don't think there is anything in the Gamma area. Let's make sure there's not like a path that I missed down here. There's a Gamma jettison button, but it's already been jettisoned. It's weird, I like use cyberspace and I open two things that I don't know how to get to. I assume they're both supposed to be on this floor. There's no paths in the alpha section, right? Oh, that might be a door. Seems promising.
To trash. Cross-reference. Damage. Shutting down.
Transderm dispenser. Two med packs, that's pretty sick. This is a medical area with no healing thing. Cargo lift. And a respawner. Usually I have to be able to turn on, right?
Cyborg conversion canceled. Standard station restoration procedures online.
Okay, so this place actually isn't helpful, it seems like. Other than that, there's a respawn, I guess. Oh, yikes. Whoa, no, you could see me from over there, bud. Cool music. Got it? Okay. Dead cyborg warrior. Still haven't gotten a battery recharge on this floor.
Reviewing filing complaint threat to trash.
Guess we'll just keep using these.
Cross-referencing religious background checks, assessing managerial assets. Filing complaints to trash. Can I help
I'm dead. You really blow through those really fast, it seems like. Tempting to use grenades here to try to deal with them.
replacement employees? Identification.
Sometimes I just can't loot them, depending on how they die. Food bar wrapper. Alright, what are we doing in here? Consume 30 food and drink items. Spark.
Diego just sold us out. That backstabbing son of a bitch. He's led the cyborgs right to us, and we're trapped. At least Bianca was able to escape with the isolator chipset. Anyone is able to make it up to the bridge and you could get Shodan? It's her. I just hope she lives long enough to...
Mod kit. This is for the shotgun? Okay. Sure, why not? Can't find room. Fucking goddamn it. Alright, I don't have access to those things on the bottom. Okay, hold on. Interface demodulator is just the thing I have to hold on to for much later. Okay, it goes up to 8 now. Nothing progress-wise back here. Doesn't seem like it. Can't be all that's back here, right? Oh, I guess there might be some more doors in this hallway down through here. Or like a cargo elevator or something. It is taking up a lot of space. All right, well, I feel a little bit stuck because I opened 2 things with cyberspace. I'm looking on the map. I don't see anywhere else on the map that I still need to go to? Question mark. It's a dead end. These doors are all locked. Those rooms don't matter. I don't think I have to come back here from a different elevator. So I might need to look it up for next. I'm going to go top off really quick before the end of the episode. Kind of want to make sure I can leave my future self some detailed notes on what to do. I guess I could explore a different floor other than executive, but... Got a few pieces of new information. We have the access codes for maintenance now. I guess we could do that technically. Let me start leaving notes now. So, future Marstead, here's the deal. Reactor is your home base. You run out the elevator, you run to the right, then you hang a couple lefts to get to where you can heal up. You have a couple breadcrumbs to follow up on right now. You've done 2 of the groves already, so you already did the Delta Grove, and you already did the Alpha Grove. You unlocked access to the Beta Grove somewhere on the executive floor, but I don't know where it is. You've checked every marked locked door on the executive floor right now, and none of them seem to be able to go anywhere, even after accessing the cyberspace terminal and doing everything in cyberspace. There's also should be access to Diego's office somewhere, but haven't found that either. So given that you're kind of stuck on the executive floor right now, I would recommend... There's some notes, some codes in the System Shock Remake Future Marstead text file. 232, 131, 137, and 692. They're supposed to open something on the maintenance floor, like a hatch or something like that. So you could try doing maintenance. You still actually need to, on maintenance, get... which way am I going here? On maintenance, you still need to get the code. There's like a number on a wall somewhere for destroying all of the security cameras and shit. So maybe focusing on the maintenance floor is the way to go. You technically also have access to storage. Storage should have the ability to get another inventory upgrade, just these final 6 slots in the bottom right. So it might be worth trying to go there for that. Once you're done restocking on reactor, the way you get to the other floors is basically from maintenance. Level 3 maintenance has an elevator right here that goes to executive, which is where you've been most of this stream, and then you could also try to take that elevator to floor 4 storage. I just want to go to this floor to quickly summarize what is already done so I don't repeat too much of it next time. Yeah, so Alpha's totally done, don't go there, probably. Delta's totally done, don't go there. This door is just straight up locked. You've already done everything in cyberspace. This says it requires admin access, so maybe you get that on a different floor and then you can come back to executive later and use it. I don't remember having that problem in the original game, but maybe you just did another floor in a different order and already had it when you visited here for the first time. And then these doors don't do anything. So I think what you want to do is either take the elevator to flight deck from executive or take this back to maintenance and go to that like freight elevator. Check out storage, try to get the inventory upgrade, do maintenance in general now that you have the codes, and then do floor 5 is... I guess floor 5 is also the flight deck, so maybe there's 2 different elevators to get to flight deck and take you different sections. Good luck, though. I'm enjoying the System Shock remake. Thanks for sharing it, Viper. Go save.